Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. Holy crap. It got really hot. Really hot. It's terrible for the hair. It literally is terrible for blondes. I hate it. I'm not liking it. What do you guys think? No. Alright, so today we're going to go into how to actually cut a wand or cut wood for magical purposes, for whatever you're going to use it for. So there are very particular ways that you can do this. So traditionally, any wood you want to cut for magical purposes should be lopped off. So if you have like lob shears, really good, strong, or sharp lob shears, use that. Use those. It's so easy. You want to lop it off with a stroke of a specifically prepared, well, a consecrated knife. I mean, I suppose you could consecrate a lob shear. I don't know. I probably wouldn't, so I just find what I find, what comes to me, what I'm gifted. So I have a wayward hair right there in front that's just bugging me. I woke up and it was totally curly. It's like, what is going on? The fairy folk must have been trying to braid my hair in the middle of the night. You know what they say, pleats in your hair. That only happens to horses. So, anyways, where did I go? Okay, so to do this, the knife should be exceptionally sharp. Yeah, and quite heavy. Also, or else there's the danger of damaging the tree and ripping the bark, something that would both anger the tree spirit and render any wood taken magically invalid. I like this. I really like this because all these people that, cut down the rainforests and, well, I'm not specifically the rainforest, but, the trees and, all these forests that people just, bombard and, blast down. Well, what do those, dryads think? How mad do they get? I can only imagine. So he says here, I actually use a pruning saw and cut swiftly and carefully, doing as little damage as possible. So you don't want to really damage the tree because it's really going to hurt it. So just like tying a dog leash around the tree, it's going to hurt the tree. So different traditions say different things about when you should cut your wood. Dawn, midday, dusk, when the moon is in a certain phase. He says here, personally, I prefer a waxing moon, waxing sun, and at dawn or dusk. I like dusk. I really like dusk, so anything at night. So make your own mind up and ask the tree. If you are going for a live wood, it is imperative that you get into a rapport with the tree first, and this can take a long while. You got to build a relationship up with them. You got to. Maybe some months before both you and the tree are ready. Touch, listen, feel, ask briefly, and wait for as long as it takes. The tree will tell you. Don't talk to it and do not hug it. Wait for it to accept you. If you take the wood before permission is given, then the dryad will not be present. I like that. Don't hug it. Yeah, you don't hug trees. Where did that come from? I mean, I guess it'd be a nice gesture once the tree has accepted you, and then you could give it a hug, but I mean, yeah, we don't really hug trees in traditional craft. I don't know why I find that so funny. Do you guys find that funny too? Hugging a tree, I don't get it. But anyways, I mean, I know people that do hug trees. So it's okay. No, I have nothing against it. Alright, so it will tell you where and when to cut which piece and what you may take. So cut quickly and surely, doing as little damage to the tree as possible, and do not let the wood touch the ground once it's cut. If you do this, the earth will ground the energies, and it will render your piece of wood magically invalid. So you won't have anything, and the dryad will return to the tree, and both your efforts will have been wasted. So yeah, that's really honestly why the morning star wand thing looking. It looks like that a morning star, a medieval morning star that you whoosh. Yeah, that's what that looks like to me, and it's just really interesting. I mean, really interesting. I really do have a special relationship with that damn thing. I do. It's crazy. I love it. But I don't talk to it, and I don't hug it and stuff like that. So it's okay. It's all right. All right. Where'd I go? Okay, so now you must begin to build up your relationship with the dryad. It's a bit like getting to know a new friend. So just take your time and listen a lot. Don't start making magical demands at all of it straight away. So, and this is, you gotta remember, it knows, oh wow, I just got really bright. That was different. It knows a lot more about the magical side of things than you, and will tell you when you're both ready. So whatever type of wood that you have chosen, green or alive, permission must always be asked, and thanksgiving. That sounded really weird. Thanks, you give your thanks, always. That sounds a lot better. So of course you can always use dead wood for your wand if you wish. It will still have the same attributes, and many people actually prefer to do this rather than cutting from a living tree, and that's what I do. So thanks includes an offering. So this can be a libation to the tree, wine, water, bark, or milk, and honey. Some of the wood bark offered back and buried at the roots, a silver coin, cake, bread, or in some traditions, a little of the person's own blood is left. So yeah, it is. Yeah, that's part of my tradition, so I like that. Now, if offering blood, ensure that you are well. If your blood is disease-free, and your blood is, disease-free. If not, it is an insult and will offend the tree and render the wood magically invalid, especially if it is live wood that you're seeking. So, kind of understandable. I mean, it's just like meeting a new friend. So, essentially, what you are doing is offering back some energy for that which you have taken. A life for a life, so to speak. So that does make a little sense. We have a little Easter egg there. A little tiny Easter egg there. A life for a life. Where have you guys heard that? So yeah. Yeah, I mean, now, thinking back, I mean, literally going into the tree lore and, all of the tree stuff, and, thinking back and how we used to, just as kids, you don't know any better. So, I mean, you want to, chop down trees. That's what we did. We made tree forts. We probably really angered the dryads. So, I mean, it just makes you feel a little bad. When you get a little older, it's like, oh, wow, I did that to a tree. And you got to realize that, that it's alive. It literally is alive. Scientifically, I mean, it's scientifically proven that a tree is alive, obviously, or it wouldn't be growing. So, and then the spirit in the tree, the magical spiritual side, yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. So, I mean, but all the tree forts and everything, we were always really respectful. I think. I mean, I want to say that me and my best friend were really respectful when we made all our teepees and tree forts, and, I mean, literally, we had almost something like you would see from a movie in the trees, or out in the woods, and it was literally covered with bark. It was almost like a hut. It looked like a small hut, and it was like a giant, I don't know, kind of like trees that were kind of slanted like this, maybe? Kind of like the sloping ceilings, those slanted ceilings like mine. And we covered it with moss and bark, and I mean, literally everything that the Indians would do, because that's what we learned in school. So we took everything that we learned from school about, the Native American Indians and how they would, do their, their huts. I don't know the proper term right now, so no offense to anybody, please don't take offense. That's what we would do. We would do that, and I mean, we were still, I mean, I was still into witchcraft. I mean, I was still practicing witchcraft at that time, but it wasn't to this extent. It wasn't, to the point of what I know now about, the craft and about, what not to do and not to, hurt the tree, or, it's going to get mad at you and angry and pissed off. But that's okay. So I think I've I don't know. I think they've forgiven me after all these years. I hope so. But yeah, it's just really interesting. I mean, being out in the woods and stuff, and doing ritual when we were, I was a kid, literally doing full-blown rituals outside, for the different seasonal festivals, and that's what we would do. We would literally do it, and we would take, just crates, those milk crates. We would load our milk crates up with all of our stuff for, our food, our drink, and all that stuff. It's really hot. And we would take it out into the woods, and we would walk. We would walk a good 2 miles to get to where we wanted to go, and we would put all our candles, literally we had candles, to create an entire circle, and we did our rituals, and it was, it was really nice. I mean, it was really kind of creepy. It got creepy at times, because we fully didn't understand what we were doing, and I kind of think that's what, induced, me. I mean, I called on Pan to begin with. That was my doing, and when I was little, you guys already know this story, I seen Pan in my window, and it scared the hell, yeah, it scared me to death, and I was like, oh, this is scary, this is too weird, this is too real. And so I kind of think that, Pan being a woodland god, you know, that kind of God. I really think that's kind of what has, I just think that's kind of what it, attributed to that too. So us going out into the woods, bringing that back, bringing logs back, literally for an altar. We had a tree trunk about this size, so we used that. I mean, we drug that thing into my bedroom, and how we got that past my parents, I have no idea. But we had great rituals. So I mean, we were always out in the woods. That's what we did. We didn't have this back then, so we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all of this luxurious stuff that we have today. So yes, definitely, we were always outside in the woods. We were always doing something like that. It's just really refreshing to think back to how simple everything was, and we didn't have to worry about being checking our comments and stuff like that. But very interesting. It's very interesting. So, but all right, guys. Yeah, tell me, what do you guys experience? Have you guys done this stuff like I did when I was a kid? Do you guys still go out into the woods these days? I can't stand bugs, so I don't. I want to be inside. But then again, I love to be outside. So it's a love-hate relationship, just like nature is neutral. That's kind of different right there, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I really want to know. So, I love you guys. Please be safe, stay healthy. Thank you guys for your amazing comments and everything that you do. For all of your well wishes for my dad. He's better. A lot better now. Thank you guys. And I will see you all tomorrow. And have a happy Witchy Wednesday. My crows are back. So I'm happy. So all my love. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. There we go. Alright guys. I love you guys so very much. And everybody have a good